Welcome back to Podcast 2 for 1. I'm your host, Donovan Thompson, with my co-host,
Daniel Wingfield.
And today we are going to do a very short but sweet episode. It is my review of Bad Boys for Life.
I can't wait.
Daniel, are you a Bad Boys fan?
I saw the first one on TV when I was young, and I haven't seen any of the other ones. It was fun. I like Will Smith.
Really? Okay. Well, Bad Boys for Life just came out in theaters last weekend, so we are dating this podcast by saying that. The first two, as we know, were directed by Michael Bay. Bad Boys 1.
The first two were?
Yes, they were.
Wow.
The first one was Michael Bay's.
Bay was that active back then.
It was his first feature, was Bad Boys 1.
Huh.
Interesting, huh?
Interesting, yeah, very interesting.
And so we had probably, I think, an 8-year gap between Bad Boys 1 and Bad Boys 2, and now we've had a 17-year gap between Bad Boys 2 and Bad Boys for Life, which is a missed opportunity because the title for the fourth one should have been called Bad Boys for Life. Maybe we'll call it Bad Boys Forever because the fourth one is in development now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because the box office of this weekend, it overperformed.
Yeah, it's been doing well.
So the budget was $90 million, and it made $70 million opening weekend, which is pretty good for a movie like this.
Yeah, it's going to get its budget back. That's
it will,
for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I think somewhere I read that it was $100 million worldwide opening weekend, which is great for an action movie like this.
And I'm sure most of that budget was like Will Smith.
Actually,
or did he come back at a discount?
I've read that both of them come back at a discount
because they just wanted to do
because they wanted to make the movie and.
Okay,
and,
that makes sense. I could totally see that.
And
Will Smith seems like the kind of guy that would do that.
And discount seems
he has
like
enough money.
Seems like a loose term discount. You know, I'm sure they still get paid pretty well.
Oh, I mean, it's in the millions still.
Right.
But
so it's interesting because I enjoyed the movie and I thought that the chemistry was still back and it was cool seeing these characters. 17 years later. For me personally, I love Bad Boys 2.
Okay.
And
you like it better than 1?
I do. I think it's just a better made movie. And
I'm sure they had a lot more money.
They did. It had like $150 million, but back like 2004.
Wow. So they had almost a double the budget on the second one than the third.
And 17 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a way bigger movie. But
adjusting for inflation, that's even more.
Yeah, and it made only roughly, I think, $200 to $400 million. It wasn't like a gigantic movie.
Yeah, but it made its budget back.
Which is kind of why that the movie never really got a third one relatively quick, I think.
Okay.
But it also had a really low Rotten Tomato score. It had like a 26%.
Really?
Yeah.
But you don't agree with that, I guess.
I mean, it's definitely flashier, and of course,
does it trade like action for story in some ways?
I mean, when you're looking at these kind of movies, I would say the story is it's always going to get the bad guy. Yeah, and it's more about the relationships between the characters.
The moments, yeah, it's the buddy cop moments.
It's the buddy cop moments, right?
And the humor that plays.
And I think the second one, even watching Bad Boys for Life, I think the second one was really good about its humor. Like it was funnier. I think it was funnier, and I think that it was just kind of better. And I think you got to give Michael Bay credit. At least back then, he say what you want now, but back in the day, he had a really good eye to ratchet up tension and to ratchet up, just the feeling and the thrills of an action scene and kind of doing them in a very kinetic way. And that's kind of missing a little bit from this one.
From the new one.
But that being said, the new one is directed, it's by two people, Adi Arbi and Bilal Fallah. And so we got a duo director team. Michael Bay decided not to come back. I think he is a producer still.
Thank you, Michael.
But it's interesting. Michael Bay actually has a cameo in the movie where he introduces them at a wedding. It's really interesting.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Which I was like, you can come back to acting it, but you can't come back to directing.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that's a half day of work versus
it is to be
a
fair.
year or more.
It is.
Okay.
But still, it was interesting because like it's kind of like his baby, his first movie. But that being said, it was, and also here's the reason why he didn't come back for three, but Michael Bay is because he's too expensive now.
They tried to get him and he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, he's too expensive for his own franchise.
That's stupid.
He is the highest paid director of all time, by the way, for
like his combined salary from all the movies.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, like for how much he makes per movie he's involved in, he's the highest paid director of all time.
That is a crime.
Isn't that
that is one of the reasons that that God has left us. That God has abandoned the world. Because God damn it. The way he butchered that Transformers series after the first movie.
Did you watch Six Underground?
No, but I heard it was okay.
If you just want to go in there and just absolutely like less than shut your brain off,
Absolutely less than more than shut your brain up. Like
you go if you want to go brain dead for 2 hours. You will have. There is some.
So
there is,
funny.
I think there is like. It's literally like Michael Bay's like, I don't give a fuck what you think. I'm gonna make my own fucking movie my way. It's literally what this movie is.
Yeah,
And,
I mean that's fine, but he makes bad movies for a lot of his movies are very bad.
Yeah, I think
And
it's interesting because he has some really good movies and then he has some like really like questionable movies and choices. But I think
more than questionable.
Yeah, well, I mean,
very,
I think
very, very bad.
I think one of the things people really don't like about Bad Boys 2, and I will get to Bad Boys for Life in a second, is Bad Boys 2 has Michael Bay definitely, I would say, paints women in a very
like he does with most movies.
A very voyeuristic.
Megan Fox in Transformers 1.
Yes, Megan Fox got her first role was in Bad Boys 2 as a stripper, I think, and he pulled her from that to Transformers. But yeah, it's very voyeuristic, very, we're going to look at women in scantily clad clothing and that kind of stuff, which, I mean, I'm
sure that's consistent for the Bad Boys franchise.
It was in Bad Boys 1 or 2. It's not in Bad Boys for Life.
Okay.
There is a maturity to Bad Boys for Life. Both the characters are older.
Which makes sense for them being older.
Yeah.
They're married or in relationships.
Yeah.
I know at least Martin Lawrence is.
Yeah, Martin Lawrence actually he's married in all three of them, actually.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
a family man the whole time.
That's cool.
That's kind of the same thing. Even this Will Smith is still not a family man. But the big thing about this movie is Will Smith dealing with his past and someone trying to assassinate him, and we're trying to figure out who or what's going on.
Interesting.
And there is definitely some good emotional beats, and you get the chemistry there. The action's good. And at the end of the day, you don't get this kind of movie anymore on the big screen, so it's nice to kind of get a throwback.
What do you mean? Like the buddy cop?
A throwback 90s, kind of 80s, 90s action film where...
Yeah.
I mean, even though I love it and the give me, we are in a market where we're either, and this is a sequel, but we're getting blockbuster superhero movies or adaptations of novels or other comics or whatever.
Right.
And it's nice to see at least a back to basics cop movie. With it's got a lot of humor, it's got a lot of heart, and it's got some good spectacle. The spectacle is not as big as Bad Boys 2, but it trades that off, I think, with some good character moments.
Okay, I mean, it's kind of sounding like I might really like it.
I think,
but I probably need to watch the first two to have like to make those moments really pay off.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things.
I mean, I would be. I love Will Smith, and I like his old '90s movies, especially.
Yeah. And I think the directors do a good job of really bringing the relationship to the forefront. I think they could take a lesson from, or go to the Michael Bay School of Action a little bit, and probably and
take a few notes from him.
Yeah, take a few notes from him, and also
just like two though.
I think
just like one or two.
I think
not any more than a notes.
I think with the success of this one, that they might get a bigger budget, and they might therefore get some bigger, grander action scenes. Okay. And also keep in mind, it's 17 years later. Will Smith is in his 50s now, and so is Martin Lawrence.
Yeah,
they can't do some of these action scenes that they could.
I don't know. Will Smith looks like he's just as jacked as he's ever been.
Will Smith could maybe, but
I don't think that man will ever.
But
age.
Martin Lawrence,
he doesn't look any different.
He's getting older, and it's
more fat.
Yeah,
I didn't realize how skinny he was in the first movie. I was like, holy shit!
It was
a twig.
It was 25 years ago,
but he was like a twig.
He was a twig.
Like, and he almost has the same head. It almost looks kind of funny because it looks like his head's the same size.
Yeah, I can see
I was
that.
like, man, you had a big head on a skinny body. You kind of grew into your head.
But
you're fat.
The way it all ends, there's definitely setting up for a sequel.
I assumed it would,
which is interesting because none of the other two, of course, was just a byproduct of the time we're
in the trilogy time. Everyone wants a universe.
we got actually after credit sequences. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got that.
Really?
So it's kind of like they're using that.
Has anyone been doing that besides Marvel consistently? I can't think of anyone.
I mean, there's a lot of movies that have after credit sequences.
Is there?
And to be fair, I would say that the one genre that has done it before Marvel is action films, because action films, either they show bloopers, and Jackie Chan's kind of a big one for this. They
usually show bloopers like at the same time.
Well, they'll show bloopers. Sometimes they'll have scenes that are kind of deleted. They'll have comical scenes that are kind of throughout the whatever. That's something action films have kind of always done, and so seeing it happen this way, it was a little surprising, just because, again, it's more surprising that I get this kind of movie, but it wasn't surprising the fact that, well, this is normal.
Sure. Yeah.
But I would say if you're a fan of the franchise, 100% go see it. I'll be buying it, of course. And
That doesn't mean anything.
it doesn't.
That means nothing.
Actually, I probably won't be buying it because I've been waiting for this movie for so long to round out my trilogy because I can't buy a movie unless I have the
Oh, you're going
pack.
to wait for the box set.
And now I got to wait
You're
for
waiting for
however
box
many
set.
movies. So it kind of screwed me on that. So,
Well, I'm sure they'll release a Bad Boys trilogy box set soon.
but I can't buy that because they're making a fourth one. You see my dilemma? This
guess
is how
so,
my
yeah.
brain works as a collector. I can't. They fucked me. So,
Well,
anyway, go watch the movie. You should definitely check out Bad Boys 2.
I definitely want to.
You may hate Bad Boys 2, but like I just think I think it's such a fun movie. Like
Okay. I mean, I like fun movies.
I think
I'm
you'll
a fan of fun
I think
in
you
general.
will. I think you will hate that movie. I think it is anti-Daniel.
But hey, maybe that'll be where my fun is.
Maybe.
Just ripping
But
it
you know what
apart.
I think you'd hate even more? 600 Ground.
I'm sure.
I think you would like, man, we should watch 600 Ground just so I can see your reaction.
Maybe we should do like a live reaction stream or something.
I mean, I watched it and I end up like I started in my bedroom on Apple TV and I worked my way to the living room to watch 600 Ground.
What was the middle step between you there and the living room? Did you like
It was
watch it in the bathroom on your computer?
The middle step was Andy's custard ice cream.
I mean, that's the way to do it.
That was the middle step.
Did you like keep it on your phone, like watching it on the dash? Like,
No,
getting your ice
I
cream?
mean, I just went and got ice cream and I come back and like, I'm going to watch this. I'm going to finish this in the living
Man, that
room.
Andy's custard is real close to your house too.
It's like a block away.
That is dangerous. I don't know if I could survive that.
I'm telling you, dude, it's really bad. Anyway, go watch it. That's my review for it. I would say I would give it at least 3.5 Dons out of 5 Dons.
And if you like it or disagree, send us a message at 241mail. That's bit.ly/241mail. And let us know what you think because we care about you.
Right. And find us on all those social media platforms like iTunes and Spotify, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud.
All the platforms.
We're on
Except
YouTube.
SoundCloud because, come on, who uses SoundCloud for podcasts? Come on, guys. It's for music. There's so many other free ones that are better.
And if you're watching this, of course, you're on YouTube. And if you haven't, go to our YouTube channel and please subscribe to our channel. Leave us a review in all those places that help people find us. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all the social media platforms.
Devote at least half of your posts in general on your own page about us. Like just shout us out with about half of your tweets, half of your Instagrams, half of your that's all we're asking. I mean, if you think about it, it's not that much. I mean,
Right. Well, thank you again for listening to my small video, small podcast of my review for Bad Boys.
We need a good word for like a tiny review.
Babycast.
Ooh, Babycast.
Here's my Babycast for Bad Boys.
Bad Boys 2 Babycast.
My Bad Boys Babycast.
I like Babycast.
You like Babycast?
I like Babycast.
Yeah. I'm just
Bad Boys 2. You were on a roll with
this is like
the titles and the
we got
categories.
We got Geekosphere, we got TV Talk.
Geekosphere, which is great. No one fucking steal that. I will fucking murder
We got TV Talk, which is kind of like I feel like that one's probably more mainstream. TV Talk.
TV Talk. Yeah, I
Sure.
mean, there's probably tons of others with that.
And they got Babycast.
Babycast.
Yeah.
I like.
Goo Goo Gaga, and my name is Donovan Thompson,
I'm Danny Wingfield.
and we have spoken.
Yes, we have.